Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome to another video here on Sabres Talk. My name is Dylan, and in today's video we're going to be going over my predictions for the Sabres going into this 2019-2020 season. Now, before I get into this video, guys, I just wanted to say that at the end of the video I will have a small update about like the future of this channel going forward, so I recommend you stick around for that. And yeah, that'll be at the end of the video, so let's just jump right into this. So in this quick video I want to talk about, my predictions for the standings, some of like the goal score leaders, players I think will improve. So we're going to jump into the standings here first, and the first question I have here is, do I think the Sabres will make the playoffs? And as of right now, no, I do not think they will make the playoffs. I think they are an improved team, definitely, and I think they will improve this season. But I just think with the division, there are other teams that have made, some significant improvements. I just don't see them making the playoffs this season. I definitely could see them making a push and maybe just missing, or even just getting into the playoffs. But we'll have to wait and see for that. I just think some of these other teams have made some more improvements, which makes the division a lot harder. As for point totals, I could see them finishing anywhere from low to high 80s. Obviously the high 80s, low 90s would be a playoff team, and the low 80s would obviously not be a playoff team. But yeah, so like I said, just some other teams have made some pretty big improvements. So that's like my top four right there at the end of the season. So starting off with player predictions, I'm going with goals, and for goals at the end of the season, I'm going with Jeff Skinner. Going into this season, will he hit that 40 goal mark again? I think he can do it playing with Eichel on the first line. I think he can maybe even score some more than 40. But even if he doesn't, even if he does fall back a little bit, scores like 35 to 40, I still think he will be the team's leading goal scorer. Obviously, if Jack Eichel stays healthy and he plays a full season, I think he could also make a push for goal scorer. He had 28 goals last season, and I see him making a pretty big jump this season. Obviously coming off a very good season last season, 82 points. Which leads me into my next point here, is assists. Jack Eichel led the team in assists last season with 42, I want to say. I might be wrong about that, but I see him making a big improvement this year with assists. I could see him getting anywhere from 60 to 65. And for point totals, I think that will also be Jack Eichel will be the leading point scorer for the Sabres when it's all said and done, coming off an 82 point season, like I said, not in a full season. So if he does play a full season, I could see him push 90 points this upcoming season. Now, just for just two other things for like player predictions I put here is Rookie of the Year and Best Defenseman. Rookie of the Year I think will be Victor Olofsson. I think he'll really be the only rookie who plays a lot this upcoming season. You could argue Henry Jokiharju. I don't know if he would be considered a rookie. I don't know how about his time with Chicago when he comes over to the Sabres. I don't really know, but I just see Victor Olofsson being the rookie that plays the most this season. So I'll give him Rookie of the Year, and Best Defenseman I give to Rasmus Dahlin. All day, every day, he was the best defenseman on the team last year, and he will be the best defenseman on this team this year and for the future. Now for most improved on the team, this is kind of just like players who I think will make some pretty big jumps from the previous season. Some of the names on this list, it's not really like a bad thing, so we're just going to jump into the first one, Rasmus Dahlin. Now obviously this isn't a bad thing, coming off a very good rookie season, 44 points, 35 assists, 9 goals, and when I put him in this category of most improved, I see him getting even better. I see him pushing 60 points this upcoming season, getting some more assists. I see him scoring a bit more, going into that second season a lot more mature, definitely working hard in the offseason, I would imagine. So I could definitely see Rasmus Dahlin being one of the most improved players at the end of the season. Now jumping into the second player on this list, this is someone who definitely needs to see improvement. Obviously didn't live up to a lot of the hype last season. 12 goals, 13 assists for 25 points, Casey Middlestat. Now you could argue he was kind of thrown into a really bad situation, coming in at such a young age and playing second line center. Probably wasn't the best for his development, probably not a smart move for the coaching staff, but they didn't really have an option after Berglund left in line. So I could definitely see Casey being one of the most improved players at the end of the season. Now for the third and final point here, I put whoever plays on Eichel's wing. And now this is kind of going back to if they move Reinhardt down. So obviously they'll have an open spot on the right. And, you know, Eichel is known for, you know, elevating some stats. He played a big role in Poundville, scoring so many goals last season. And, you know, anyone who plays with Eichel, you know, their game is just a lot better. So I put, you know, Connor Sheary, Jimmy Vesey, you know, these guys who can definitely, you know, see improvements going into this season. Connor Sheary kind of had a little bit of a letdown season last season, didn't do too good, but I can see him making a jump this season. Jimmy Vesey, you know, he didn't do too good on the Rangers, but, you know, he's a good player, good offensive player, and obviously his history with Eichel, I think, you know, putting them together, that could be kind of cool. So yeah, that's it for most improved, and going into the final point of this little video is a dark horse. So jumping into dark horse here, obviously a dark horse is kind of a player who might be a little bit under the radar, someone not really, how their impact not really talked about going into the season. And I have 3 players listed here, but I think I really could have put in a lot more. So to start, I put Jimmy Vesey, but like I said, I think they really I could have put any of the new players that they brought in. You know, Jimmy Vesey, Marcus Johansson, Colin Miller, I think will all play some pretty good roles for the Sabres this upcoming season. But I put Jimmy Vesey because I think he knows, you know, he's in a contract year. You know, he's going to want to get paid, and he's going to want to elevate his game even more. You know, 16 goals on a pretty bad Rangers line. You know, he's going to want to improve, and I think he will. Obviously, like I said, not really talked highly a lot on Sabres Twitter, but I think he could surprise some people, you know, but you never know. This is just my opinion. I think he could definitely, you know, improve his game this season and help the Sabres in a way that I don't think is really talked about, you know, with that scoring depth that he brings. Second player on this list is Brandon Montour. Now, Brandon Montour came over late last season from the Anaheim Ducks. He played about 20 games for the Sabres, and he looked really good in those 20 games. But, you know, going into this season, I think he will look even better. You know, playing more than 20 games, I think he'll look even better. And, you know, with these new defensemen that the Sabres brought in, Colin Miller, Henry Jokiharju, I don't think his name is thrown around too much. But I think, you know, 20 games for Montour looked really good, and I think, you know, more than 20 games will look even better. He is coming off an injury. I think he injured his leg or something like that in the offseason, so I don't know if he'll be ready for opening night. I'm not too sure, but I think he will definitely have a big impact on the Sabres this upcoming season. And the third and final player on this list I put is Linus Ullmark. Now, I see a lot of people on Twitter have already, you know, shipped off Linus Ullmark, but I think going into the season we can see some improvement for him, which will help the team out a lot. You know, they did a lot for goaltending. You know, they improved the defense. They brought in a goalie coach from Carolina, I believe, who was a big impact on Carolina's goaltending being so good in previous years. You know, I just think working with him, working with a new defense, with a new coach, I think he could play a pretty big impact on the Sabres this season, and definitely, you know, be a reason for success for this upcoming season. And I'm pretty excited to see how all that plays out. So that's really it for the video, guys. Now for the update that I said in the beginning of the video, I'm going back to school this upcoming weekend. I go away to school a few hours away, so I won't have my home set up there. You know, I'll bring my computer. I usually bring my headset. I'll probably bring my webcam, so I don't really know what that means for videos on this channel going forward. You know, school comes first, definitely, over everything. And I know it's going to be a challenging year for me school-wise. You know, I'm in that home stretch, so I don't know how much time I'll have to dedicate to this channel. You know, going off the last semester, I didn't have a lot of time to watch hockey. So I just don't really know what that means for the future of this channel. So I just wanted to update you guys on that. You know, going forward, I will try to make videos when I'm at school. You know, if any big Sabres news breaks, like a Ristolainen trade, I might have to break out the webcam for a quick video of my thoughts on that. So yeah, that's really what the update is. I don't really know what the future is for this channel, like I said, but I will keep you guys updated. If you're not already, follow me on Twitter. All my updates will be on my Twitter, link in the description. And yeah, that's it for the video today, guys. If you enjoyed, hit like. If you're new, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.